Good evening, everyone. We'll get started shortly as soon as Tressy gets here.
Good evening.
Hi, Professor. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you for dropping all those areas where we can look at and watch Tressy Trek. So I was able to jump on Facebook and watch it for a while. Appreciate it.
No problem. I usually do music in between her live and the Q&A, but she didn't say whether she'd be here in 5 or 10 minutes, so I didn't know how long I had. But the wall is open for anybody that'd like to say hi to everybody or tell everybody where you're from. The party on the wall is currently happening. Just making sure everyone knows your sound is working. We're just waiting on Tressy. We'll get started shortly.
Hi, Rob. 5-5 here.
Hi, Susie. Yeah, if you let it go quiet for too long, everybody thinks they're not connected.
Exactly.
Hi, Rob. Hi, Susie. Hi, Professor. Hi, Dana. Hi, everyone.
Happy
Hello,
resurrection.
Rob.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, y'all. Hi, Lonnie. How is everybody? Hi, Janet.
Thank you. How's your weather up there, Rob?
I don't know if you heard you, Janet.
Yeah, I did. My dogs are barking at the moment because my son just got home. So give me 1 second.
Hi, Lonnie. How are you?
Hello.
Had another round of rain here in Texas this morning. Clear right now, but sure is cloudy.
Here too, sister.
I think we're going to have to build an ark for it's over.
Sounds familiar.
DS.
Hi everyone.
Hello, sister.
Oh my gosh, my dog's finally hushed. We did have some rain this morning, but it ended up being beautiful here most of the day. Very a light breeze, probably about 75, I'd say.
here. It's been pretty nice other than the rain early this morning, but it's a little cloudy still. Looks like we might get another round.
Texas has really been getting hit hard.
Yes, that's where I'm at, near Houston here.
There she is.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Susie Q.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I'm trying to download the video on Facebook, and it's not working, so I'll have to do it later. Let's see. Okay, I'm ready.
Well, I currently have no raised hands. Let me go out and come back in and see if there's any. There's one. Michael John. Michael John, you're unmuted. Ask your question of Tressy. Michael John, are you there? Push the blue button and make it green.
Hey, I'm so sorry. I was trying to find the button. I was really trying to fill some dead air. My son's in the wind ensemble, and they did a Amazing Grace, and I was gonna play it while we were waiting for Tressy. But anyway, so didn't really have a question. I was just trying to fill some dead air. So anyway, just want to thank you. I don't even know where to start. So my son plays the trumpet, and this Christmas I was thinking of Tressy because he did a solo with a flutist and beautiful young girl, and it was just amazing. And I was going to share it during the dead air. So anyway, that's kind of where I am. I know about everything. I'm even learning my Hungarian, if that makes any sense to anybody. So I don't really have any questions. I was just trying to just add some music.
All right. Well, maybe you can put it in the chat later, huh?
Yeah, open it up. I will definitely share.
Okay. Thank you, Michael. Amazing Grace, you are unmuted. Go ahead and talk to Tressy.
Tressy, your message tonight is so spot on. It describes my life to a T. And what really helps is to be in a community where there's like people. And at a very young age, I periodically feel like I could go to that place in God's heart. And when I could go there, I would feel so free. And it was like you had no arms or legs. You were just free and floating.
Floating. That's a good word.
And it just felt so good. And I've found myself being able to go there periodically right now. And I have thought about when we cross over how I'm going to deal with chatting with people. And I think what will happen for me is that I will have to ask people what part of our truth of our lives do you want to know right now, so that you can stay focused on a specific topic and not just be all over the board with it, and then
Nice.
and then be done with it for that chat time. And because I'm sure we're going to do this multiple times with lots of different truths and what we know about it. But I just I needed to hear this message tonight, and I know so many other people do, um, because we're also dealing with whatever's going on in our lives right now. Like, my 91-year-old father is dying, and I have a sister who's battling cancer. So besides all of that, we're preparing ourselves for how we need to help humanity. So thank you so very much. It's greatly appreciated.
You're welcome. I was trying to figure out if I could handle going live today. Jay's out of state, and I'm on my own. I have to do everything, and I had to deal with so much pain. I didn't go to bed until 2, but I find that if I speak from where I'm at, what I've just been through, that's the most important thing I could do. I don't have to prepare something outside of my own experience. I can draw from my own pain to help others. And so that's what I've always done, so yeah, that's why I came. I was like, I really wanted to listen to my own heart. Can I handle this? Am I pulling out of an empty cup? Am I forcing myself to do something that I'm not up to doing, but I felt like I could do it. I had to talk it out with, my confidants, and that's how I process life. And once I talked it out, I knew I could do it. I knew what I would say. And I also knew that I don't need notes, that if I talk from my heart and my experience, it flows. And a lot of times on the trek, I don't have notes. I have an idea of what the direction is I want to go. And I open my mouth, and God speaks through me, and I know it. I feel it. And the words that come out don't pass here first. They're just coming through like this. And I'm going, whoa, like, I like that. I like that phrase. I'd never heard that before, and it's a rush, and it's an honor to do it that way instead of trying to be logical and systematic and formula and know-it-all and all of those kinds of things. No, I want to just speak right from my heart. And that is, I think, what brings life to others. So thank you for letting me know that it touched you.
Thank you, Amazing Grace. Okay, Jennifer Lynn or Jenny Mack, go ahead and press your button and talk to Tressy. Jenny Mack.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
Great.
I think what's happening is I think when you unmute us, and I don't know if this is with everybody, but it just goes to blank. It's like I can't hear anything
Oh,
because
wow.
I've converted to like a maybe a speaker versus just a watcher. I don't know. That might
Oh,
help. Anyway, I was frantic. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on tonight. It just every time we need you, it seems like you're just there. You're just there since you came onto the scene. So I very much appreciate everything that you're doing. And your healing center seems to be rounding out to what Sarah and I have been um, kind of contemplating, planning, kind of got together and was like, oh my gosh, we have this similar, only on an island, I believe. I don't know how I got to that, but but we want to come and visit you. So, and we
good.
will for sure. But on the sleepers and the people that that are still sleeping, I've been in the medical field for, well, this medical field, not the holistic, but I mean, I've been in holistic, but I worked in a hospital for 27 years, started in Children's Hospital in Arkansas with none other than Hillary Clinton reading books in our place. So it was bright eyed the first year of my employment. So, and that was when I was 20, now 53. But anyway, my mother is a sleeper. So she's the one that I love by far and would never let go of. But I've also found in the process, like when you say your illnesses help others, that's how I associate it too. If I've felt it or I've
Oops. We lost you. Mhm.
Jenny, can you hear?
Ooh, we have a
Well, let's try somebody else. We'll try and get her back on here in a little bit. Okay. Arrow CSD, you're unmuted.
Hi, Tressy.
hello.
I spoke with you on an earlier chat. I mentioned to you about my TNJ jaw implants that had Teflon and Silastic and nickel poisoning. And you had mentioned about chelation therapy. And you sent me to the email of the hope someone believes in you.org. So I did that, and I keep getting an auto reply. I was wondering, since I live just outside of Austin in Liberty Hill, is there a possibility that I might be able to come down there and possibly meet you or something? And I can bring my handsome man Arrows, my service dog, right there, with me. Thank you. And I loved your message today. It was really, really good.
Are you talking about for a consultation or therapy, or what are you asking?
Kind of partially both. Because I don't know, I know of chelation therapy, but I don't know at all or anything. And it wouldn't be a really long visit, just to want to get some more information and possibly be able to see what I might be able to do to help. Because I'm disabled, but I train dogs, and I have a purpose of what I want to do if I, get blessed with that. So.
Well, first of all, I want to have you email a different email address. I don't know why that's happening to you, because I personally answer a lot of the emails that come through Hope, unless they're for perfume, and then my assistant does it. But I would just try Tressy's team instead. Tressy's team, you can do that one, or Tressy's team 77 at protonmail.com. the idea of therapy or a consultation is something I've stopped doing because I can't do everything. I'm so far behind right now. I have a whole long list of things, and I can't seem to catch up. And it's like quite the juggling act. And so I keep looking for more and more help. We just posted an ad hoping to get more help in shipping. And, I just, as fast as we can hire people, the better it's going to be for me. Then I can do more of the well, I'm not supposed to do one-on-one though. God told me to do the masses because it would be so great. Now I can see why he said that. And so that's why I'm trying to do the school at the ranch as well as the healing center so I can train people to do what I did so that we can have more help. Then we'll have lots of therapists at the ranch, and we'll have chelation right at the ranch. All right, we're going to have everything, and we're going to get it as fast as we can possibly get it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I don't know if you're wanting to relocate or if you want to work within our vision, but we are going to have a luxury doggy resort. And, we'll be hiring people for that. So I don't know if you have your own vision on that or if you're interested in working with us on that, because we're going to have the natural alternative medicine vet there. We'll have training there. It'll be like a daycare where the dogs can just run and play, and just a really cool playground. And no vaxes, I don't know how soon that'll go away, but we will be, if it doesn't, I'm gonna go take it, into my own hands and do legislation or whatever. But I will tell you, all the dog lovers here or the pet lovers here, my dog walker, I told her I did not want to get Bo vaccinated, that he was vaccinated at birth, but that's all I want. I did, I wasn't even responsible for that. He came to me that way. And, they don't want you to let you board a dog anywhere unless has all his papers. And I was even trying to get into a festival with Bo, and they wanted me to show the papers. And my dog walker said, if you get a titer test for him from the vet, you can prove that he does not need any, because those vaxes from when he was a baby are still active. So the whole thing is a scam, and it's killing our pets. And so that's what I did. And I proved to the vet that he doesn't need any more because it's still active after 3 years. And they have never required it again because I exposed it, So. Anyway, let's stay in contact, okay?
Okay, thanks, Arrow. Okay, Carol, you're unmuted. Carol?
Hi, Tressy. How are you tonight?
Good.
I loved your presentation tonight. It was it was amazing.
Good.
I sent a resume out to you on the Proton, and then I got a message back from Angel, and I don't know if it didn't go through or what happened, but I went ahead and filled another one today, stating what you were asking people to do. And I love that because I have not done a formal resume since forever. It's always just been filling out an application. But I did fill one out, and I would love to work with you. You were just an amazing person. And what you said about the dogs, I have a 4-year-old little Yorkie, and I moved into an apartment, and I was not going to have her vaccinated anymore because she gets sick from it. She gets deathly ill, vomits everything, like 24 times before she finally stops.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to have her vaccinated again, but I moved into an apartment, and they made me go do it. And I have regretted it ever since, but
Mm.
she's not going to get any more of them. So I loved what you had to say there. I follow you whenever you're on. I love Rob and his group there that are helping you out. I'm on his channel all the time. And I just love everything that you're bringing to the table. And I would love, love, love to work with you. That's all I have to say.
And what
Thank
is
you,
your
Tressy.
expertise? I'm just excited now. What is your expertise?
Well, I don't really have one. I'm a mom, grandmother, great grandmother. I worked in sales as I was growing as a mother. I worked for a dermatologist. I worked for an oral surgeon,
Wow.
and I was just in sales. I just did whatever I had to do, and I was always good at what I did. And everybody, they always said that I did a great job. And my patients, when I was working for the dermatologist, they loved having me work on them because I was gentle. I was gentle. I tried not to hurt them, and they always loved that about me. And I just love people. I love people. I love being around them. Um, I know that I would fill in somewhere wherever you would want me to go. But
Awesome. Well,
I
we're
have no
gonna
ties.
we're gonna need an army for
I
my
know we
all
are.
my different projects that I have going on. We're gonna need a lot of people, and I want to pull
Yep,
those people from the Trek tribe.
yep. And I love to dance. I love to sing. My allergies have raised heck with my voice, so my voice is not as good as it used to be. But get me in the med bed and I'll be fine.
Well,
But
we can even deal with that before the med beds.
yep, yep, yep. So I would love to work with you, and I have no ties. So
Okay.
I love you.
Awesome.
I
I
love
love
you
you
and what
too.
you bring.
Thank you.
Yep. Talk to you later.
All right.
Thanks, Carol. Okay, Amy Bald. Amy Bald, I've got you unmuted.
Hi. Hi,
Hello.
Tressy.
Hi.
I missed some of your talk tonight, but I have a question. Can you do remote work for you? Like, do I have to go to Texas to do work for you, or can I do it remotely?
That we will have some of those positions. It depends on what your ability is.
What specifically are you looking for?
Oh, a lot of things. So, I don't
Is
know.
there a list that you can email, or?
I think so. I think we better do that. But it's just everything really. I mean, there are things I could use some help with right now. With, before, I mean, years ago, I used to do a lot of writings on Facebook, deep thoughts, musings, different things. And people were really touched by those. And I want to put those in a book. And I need somebody to go back through my personal Facebook page and just keep going until you find one of those writings, and copy and paste it, into a document before we lose Facebook, because we could. And this is something that we need to get going on and get it done pretty quick now.
Okay,
So
I'll email you and give you my info. And also, do you have a remedy, or do you know? I had COVID last June, and I lost my taste and my smell, and to this very day, it hasn't really come back. Some things, like vegetables, smell funny, taste funny. Onions, eggs, they just don't taste right. Is there something I can take to get this back, or is this just this is it?
Oh, I'm positive you're going to get that back. And I'm sure there are some of our natural practitioners who are in the chat right now, or will see this later, and they'll have some ideas. I was supposed to meet with one of our naturopaths from our trek today, and it just didn't work out. But she's from Colombia, and I'm excited to talk with her and learn from her. She's going to be helping us and training us to do some things. And so any of you who are with us in our tribe that have some ideas for her, put them in the chat or send them to us by email, and then we'll make sure that she gets it.
Oh, thank you. Because I did the ivermectin and it improved some, but some stuff still smells and tastes funny.
Well, you know, even when I did my therapy without any supplements or any kind of, you know, that kind of thing, just pulling the lye and the sense of smell came back for my client. So it is possible even to do it that way, even like what Danny Carroll was talking about. There is an emotional root to every situation. Doesn't matter how it happened. You can reverse it.
Because I had a pretty neat childhood. I don't remember any trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. But there is something, you know, like you could put it this way. The whole COVID scamdemic stunk, right?
Oh, yeah.
It stunk.
Yeah.
And it was a bad taste in our mouths. So, you know, that kind of thing. You have to kind of look at it, life like that, like a riddle. See what happened.
Okay, it happened because my daughter came to visit me and she went home, and then 3 days later I got sick.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't mean it like that. I just mean the emotions that were going on at the time. That's where you got to go.
Oh, I was really happy. I hadn't seen my daughter in 3 years.
Right.
I was extremely happy.
But around in the system, you know, even the fact that we're talking about COVID that does not exist. COVID never did exist, you know, and so we were fighting an invisible enemy, and it was something totally different. It was not COVID. It was a scam. So anyway, yeah.
So if someone knows anything I can take or do, because I did the ivermectin for like 2 weeks and it came back eventually, but it's still some things don't taste or smell right.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Tressy.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm not a medical practitioner. I am, you know, certified life coach and certified therapist for, you know, emotional release. So it's completely changed my life. So, all righty, who's next?
I'm out of questions here. Nobody's raising their hand. So if any of I forgot Jay wasn't with us. So if any of my admins could see if there's any questions on the wall, that would be awesome. Oh, there we got a raised hand. Hang on a minute while they're looking. G, just the letter G. I just unmuted you.
Hi, Tressy.
Hi.
It's Gina. Hey, I have a mother that is struggling with severe pain that is trying everything holistic, but she was injured. She has crushed bones and she is not able to even stand. I mean, she's got osteoporosis really bad, but she was going to what they call an osteostrong therapy that was putting her through some equipment that was having her like pull down, do different things, but it was supposed to not cause harm to your body. You're not supposed to feel it. It's not like a workout at a gym. And they typically work with the elderly and they help build up the strength of the bones and the muscles without the damage or without the pain or without, you know, causing injury to you. And so during that process, they kept saying, pull more, pull more, pull more. And as she pulled, she felt something snap and she like literally fell to the ground and was in extreme pain. They laid her on a table, let her stay there for a few minutes. And then she was just so like, I need to get out of here. So my dad took her out. She's had MRIs, she's had CT scans, and, you know, they're showing all the her vertebrae have broke. She's got crushed discs. They said they could put cement in her disc, but that would likely not be good for her because her bones are so brittle, and she doesn't want to do that. No, she would not. So I've told her about the peppermint that you recommended. I just thought of today about frankincense oil, wondering if that, because I know my husband at some point had taken frankincense for when he had shingles, and that kind of helped. But I'm trying everything, and the doctor told her she can't take pain meds because she's highly allergic. But she also was taking like Advil or Tylenol. He said, don't take that. So now she's taking like Bear like body pain, but she doesn't want to do that because she knows it's damaging. But she feels like there's something really wrong deep under her ribs on the right side. Mm-hmm. And she's like, Gina, I don't know if it's like something is seriously wrong inside. Do I need to go get a CT scan? And I'm like, Mom, you can't keep doing this. The doctors are not helping you. We just have to pray and trust the Lord. But I'm just wondering, and she is working with Ginger, recommended a guy that he does the scalar healing frequencies. And so she's working with him, but even that she was feeling better for a while, and now she's just feeling bad. Like today, she can't even stand up. She's in so much pain.
Okay. Yeah. The peppermint is the best, in my opinion, for pain. It's not going to, with that kind of catastrophic damage, is not going to take it all away, but it will alleviate a lot. And then the spinal fluid holds. So where, if you go from, one place to the next place for 5 minutes in each location that it hurts, put the peppermint on first and then surround it lightly and leave it there for 5 minutes. That is going to help a lot. It's going to bring a lot of comfort to her. But I also have another idea for you. This is what I would have done for my mom if they would have let me. I have a friend who is I look at her like almost like genius with remedies. And she has a machine she uses to figure out what people need. And she also uses prayer. But her husband fell from a high place and hurt his wrist so bad. Or was it, he was in a wheelchair, so I'm not sure exactly how much damage he had. However, she pumped him full of bone strengtheners. And I don't know what she gave him. But it was phenomenal. And she did all kinds of different types of therapies, red light therapies, and his progress was so fast, it was miraculous. And she rebuilt that bone. It was messed up and in so many pieces and places, and she rebuilt that bone with all these bone strengtheners. And I've been giving out her name, and she's been helping people. So you can email me at the Hope email address, hope@someonebelievesin.you.org, and I'll get you her information. All right. Does that sound good? My mom had severe osteoporosis, but those, the conventional system, they don't know that you can actually rebuild it. You can rebuild it. You can bring it back.
So the guy that Ginger recommended for the scalar frequencies recommended Bonafide by Engstrom, Dr. Engstrom.
Yeah.
And so we just got that. So she's been, it's kind of like genetics, so I'm taking it now too. But the red light therapy, she's been trying that too, and that just doesn't seem to alleviate anything. And she has a high pain tolerance, but she was also diagnosed with cancer 3 times in her life. She went through chemo twice when I was real young and overcame that. And the doctors believe that the chemo and radiation is what's affected the bones so bad. That's what they're thinking now. That's what she just, of course, this was many, many years ago. But we all know that none of that's good.
Well, let's see if we can connect you to my friend and see what else she might suggest.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll email you then. Thank you so much, Tressy.
Uh,
You are
yep.
such a blessing to all of us, and we love you and we appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I
Thank
did
you.
want to say to everybody that I have been talking to my peppermint farmer quite a bit. I like to deal directly with the farmers, and I said, "Now, did you tell me you have spearmint?" He goes, "Yeah. Do you want some?" I said, "Yeah," because I like to. They both help with pain, so you could put them together and have like a 1-2 punch. And he said, "I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. If you put this spearmint oil in your shampoo, it causes your hair to grow thicker and faster, and even with bald men." And I said, "Oh my gosh, you better send me a ton of that." And because when people find out, because a lot of people have lost a lot of hair during this war from, the stress and frustration that we've been through. And to find out that this can bring it back fast. He said it's just phenomenal how fast it brings it back. So he's sending that tomorrow. And so we'll have it in pretty soon here. So anyway, and then he's going to help me with my farm and to get set up too. So we'll have it forever after that.
That's great. Thank you, G. Okay, Janet, not to be confused with the Janet from Holy Ground. Janet.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I am a health coach, but I wanted
Okay.
to tell you about your peppermint oil, though. This is what I really wanted to talk for. So I am a health coach. One of the things really, really good for that lady was talking is liquid chlorophyll, but your spearmint by mouth and peppermint by mouth, what's going on is her body is very, very liquid chlorophyll is really good too, because
Yes.
her river is really dirty, and we have to get that river moving. I always tell people, imagine yourself at the river and you see, and it's beautiful and it's nice, and the fish are swimming and the rocks are a little bit of moss. But then if somebody dams it up, now you're gonna, you go back 3 days later and the fish are dead, even the mosquitoes on the top are dead, because your river's not moving. So you could take all these things and take them and take them and take them, but your river has to move. And peppermint's really good for that. Spearmint's really good for that, and so is liquid chlorophyll. And if you could get a hold of a 9.5 alkaline water, we've got to get her river moving.
Yeah.
Because her body is just stalemate right now. And I got to tell you, I've had many results with people. Some of my sickest women, I get a lot of good results once I get that river moving. Just got to get that river moving. So that was one of the things. But I wanted to tell you my story about your peppermint oil. Okay. So I am a health coach. I do I do everything naturally. And all of a sudden I had this knee issue. Haven't had knee issues forever, but I know it's something with ascension. Something's going on in the air, because it's not me. You know what I'm saying? So I started doing castor oil and, doing all kinds of stuff, wrapping it. Then I got this big, I called it this little bubble on the top of my knee. This blub, 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 blub bubble on my knee. And your peppermint oil came in at that exact time. And I was like, okay. And I just started doing my 9.5 water, my liquid chlorophyll, and your peppermint oil. I got to tell you, in 3 days, even the bump was gone. I don't even know that my knee hurts anymore. So it's just gone.
Yay.
But that peppermint oil, it's like I have this little thing I carry in this little pouch thing, and I carry it everywhere I go. Because it's like that stuff is, and you could drink it, you guys. You could drink it, a couple drops. I want your spearmint now, because I want to get that. I haven't tried the spearmint, but I want your pepper. I got your peppermint and lavender one for my husband the other day. I just kept ordering it. But if you have the spearmint, I'll get it. But you know what? My knee had nothing to do with my river not moving. It's just something was going on, and it was just the weirdest thing. But you know what? My river, your peppermint just did what it needed to do. I got to tell you, if your finger hurts, put it on your finger. If your nose, if you feel like you're sinusy, and you just put a little bit around your sinuses, because our allergy time is going on right now. I got to tell you, that stuff is a miracle. So anyway, just wanted to tell you But have your mom get her river moving. Find the stuff that works. I tell you, 9.5 water. There's a company, I don't know, that makes some companies you could get online and look up, water machines can get, 9.5 water machines. You could hook them up to your faucet, and or you could buy 9.5 water. I don't know. I think you could buy it at the store. I wouldn't trust it at the store, but that's just my opinion. But anyway, but liquid chlorophyll also, and that stuff is amazing. And probably adding your peppermint and spearmint. She's on the road there. So thank you for what you do. Okay, but can I ask you one little question? Just one little question.
I want to make sure you email me so I have your contact information.
Okay, I will do that. Okay,
and
one little question, and this is not about the RV. This is just about when you explain why it takes so long. I'm not talking about the RV. Just why are we 4 years still into it? Because I'm trying to explain that in so many words to people that I'm trying to wake up, because they come up with, well, if this is what's really going on, why is it still so bad? Maybe in some words that you could give me that I could tell them why it's taking so long. So I could give it an explanation that maybe that I can help them with.
Yeah. So the whole thing has been a 4-year sting operation. They planned it that way. And it was to take every sting operation, they arrested hundreds of thousands of pedophiles, child murderers. And we've got, I believe, the top 3 tiers, the big names, those who were under them, the vices. And then the third string of CEOs, the CEOs were resigning and that was not a resign, that was an arrest, right? And so now I believe we're down into the people around us that work around us, the doctors, the nurses, the teachers, the pastors, the youth pastors, the business people, the heads of this, the heads of that. Those business people, the police force are complicit. Especially in my town. And we're working on that right now. I believe that's what the flooding was in Houston. That was because Houston is the worst human trafficking town of all in I don't know if it's in Texas or the nation. And that all that flooding, that was about the tunnels. I know it was. And I did some research on it. And yeah, it's all about the children, because we have to stop these people, and we have to catch them in the net. And I heard they were arresting 500,000 of those, that level. But then I do believe they're going to, the military is going to get people in a big swoop after we go through the shift. But I have been aware of the sting operations and what has taken place each time. So it was easy for me to see why it had to take this long. And we were in the middle, so they had to make us think we were going when we weren't, because it was a sting operation. And I've been used, I was told by the White Hats just this week that we have been used in sting operations more than we could imagine. But, then that means we have honor. We are soldiers. We actually fought in the war. We actually did. And our hopes were dashed over and over, but we stood back up and we dusted the dust off and we kept going. And that proves that we are a good soldier in this war to stop this. And, it's a huge ordeal. And, they took down the heads of all the countries, and it's been so confusing, and it's so hard to listen, because we know they're not telling us the truth, because they can't, and it's a part of a sting operation. I'm like, man, don't lie to me anymore. I just hate it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it anymore. And so I'm just not listening. I'm helping people. I'm going to do my humanitarian right now. And we are seen for what we're doing. The amount of money we've raised has gotten their attention. And so I can't say. It's good. It's good. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm glad I listened and started zipping it, because for one thing, I want to do what I'm told. I don't want to have get in trouble. Secondly, I am such a target, and I don't want any more. I don't want to be shot at anymore. I could tell you so many things, but it would be contrary to what a lot of people are teaching. And doesn't matter to me. I got validated from the top, and I could tell you, the different people that was, but I can't, right? I can't do that. But very high. And they approached me to tell me. And so anyway, the TikTok thing ticks me off. And so all those videos that they stole of mine, which is just a normal thing, I know. But then they take it and they revved up my voice. And then, put this horrid music on there, and it's so loud you can't hear me. And I hate it. It's like abuse to me. And to think that if I stop giving updates, they don't have anything. There's nothing they can take from me anymore. It's like being used, and manipulated, and leaving a lot of things out. And I'm so glad I'm past that. I'm done with that. We know we're approaching the day. We know that. And I know for a fact, but that's all I can say. And I won't say any more. Do not take my likeness and my videos.
Oh my goodness. It's a daily battle.
It is.
Okay. I don't see any more raised hands. Did any of my admins find any questions on the wall?
Oh, let me see.
I only saw one, and it had to do with something about Social Security, if anyone knows when that might be going up.
Yes. Oh boy, I can't tell. Well, I can't find the questions anyway. When Nesara is announced, it will be right on the other side of it. So it isn't far. It isn't long. That's all. It'll be one of the first things. All right.
Okay. I did find another hand raised. Stephanie Wagner. Stephanie, I've unmuted you, so just push your blue button and turn it green and talk to Tressy.
Hi, Tressy.
Hi.
Thank you so much for everything you do. I have a question. I'm not sure if you can answer it or not. Walmart, is it under control for the white hats?
I believe so.
I mean, how do you know anything about how's that going to work? Like the CEO and the top people. I mean,
I think they're gone. I'm pretty sure they've been taken down.
Oh, really? Okay. I wondered
sure.
about it. I didn't know
Yeah.
how that was going to work.
Yeah.
Are they going to all stay open, or are they going to be run by different people? And
I have no idea. I've always had a dream of buying Walmarts and giving them to the employees, so it's an employee-owned business after they've been robbed, treated so terrible.
Right.
I know it'll be good. It'll be good. There'll probably be a lot of people who get through their exchange and they start buying them up and doing good things within there. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. I appreciate your help. Thank you so much. And thanks again for everything you do.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Stephanie. Okay.
Thank you.
I have one.
Oh, go ahead then.
Before I lose it on this wall. Question. will I receive perfume if I order tonight by next weekend? I think what they're asking, because they want it for Mother's Day.
Yes, we'll make sure. Yeah, but tomorrow would be the best time so that we can push it. You know, my shipper lady is really good, and she's really fast. So we'll make sure.
Great.
Thank you.
Oh, did you say go ahead? I'm sorry, Melissa.
Go ahead. We're good.
John Doe. John Doe, I've unmuted you. Go ahead and ask your question.
All right. Good evening, Tressy. I just had a question. I don't know if you want to answer it or not, but it kind of was on the topic just a few minutes ago. And my question is, do you think Nesara will be announced kind of covertly or overtly?
Overtly.
Okay.
Yeah, it was already announced covertly in order to push the system through and get moving. And that's what that stupid TikTok video was saying. Oh, it's live. Nesara's live. Oh, they don't even know what they're talking about. They don't know what that means. You know, that it was announced covertly so that the ball could start rolling. You know, things were opened and enabled and went forward. But the when we really go, it will happen right in your face. So it'll be known by everybody.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Okay, Cat 58. Cat 58, I've unmuted you.
Hi, Tressy. Hi, Rob. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I loved your message. I needed that so much tonight. Thank you. I have a lot going on at home with my husband and my daughter. And it just helped me. I am a certified life coach as well, to let you know. But there was one question. I'm not sure if you can answer it. It's something that when they said some of these people have been gone to Gitmo, and then they appear on TV, like Katy Perry or just some of these shows, and they call them 2.0s. Can you explain how that is happening? And why, are they the real, they seem like they're the real people, or are they? I'm a little confused about that. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you could answer that for
Yeah, I
me.
think there is a possibility of several different options, because we know that many were arrested and chose to cooperate in order to have a lighter sentence. And even like Nancy Pelosi was cooperating. She had 2 U.S. Marshals alongside her for a long time, but she broke her agreement and they took her away to Gitmo. And so a lot of these people were given an opportunity to cooperate with, like a anklet tracker on. I believe that Oprah was under house arrest for a long time. I think that's over now. But you've also got the clones and the doubles. And so it's hard to know which is which, and how does anybody know if it's a clone or a double? I don't think we do, unless you get it straight from the military. But they have to keep up the show until the day it's over, so that, and they've tried to make it as bad as possible, look as bad as possible. And the Biden, he is an actor. He's been played by many people and he's done a great job. I keep saying people shouldn't hate him because the real one is dead. And this one is working for us and doing everything that we want him to do and looking as bad as possible. And that's what has to be, so that the people can wake up to, do you really want this? Do you want to are you still happy you voted for this person? And some are so blind and deaf that, you know, that they watch the mainstream media. And so it's a brainwashing cocktail on a regular basis, like drinking a drug when you watch, because that's what TV does. It mesmerizes you, and they can't wake up if they keep doing that. And so it seems so obvious to us because we stopped it, but they're not stopping it. And so because they're not stopping it, they can't rock the boat too much, because they would start cracking if things are too weird. You know what I'm saying? So they have to fulfill a role until it's over, but it's about to stop. So thank God.
If I might,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, do it, Rob. Yeah.
I just was going to say, I don't know about the politicians, but for the musicians and all of the actors anyway, most of them already had a double, because they don't like to go to all the events anyway. So
Right.
I think probably easier to pull this off than maybe some of the politicians, but I think
they all had doubles too.
Yeah, I think the Royals included, right?
So when this is done and they find out that they're not the real people, these people will lose their minds.
A lot of them will. That's
And
what they're predicting.
Yeah. Like,
keep in mind though, Kat, when they tell them they're gone, they're also going to tell them what they did. So that's going to soften the blow.
Yeah,
okay.
like I keep saying, is the evil ones will be their videotaped confessions will be shown, and there will be no debate. Everyone will have to believe the truth. But the truth hurts sometimes, and everyone will take it differently depending on how much pain they went through in childhood. If it's too, if it piles up too high, then it might be hard. But I just think that why couldn't the White Hats send out a frequency that dulls the pain? And I mean, they could. That's what was done to us on the negative side. Why can't they do that to even undo some of the programming, or send a really positive message? I wouldn't be surprised that they're not planning something like that. And even a healing frequency, I'm pretty sure I heard from the top that was going to be the case with the 5G towers, that all they had to do is switch the frequency a small amount, and it would change everything.
So
Healing.
a lot of people around me, I've been trying to red pill, but it's very, very difficult. I live in a blue state, so including most of my family members, my extended family. So it is going to be very, very hard,
But the thing is that every time you did that, I believe those were seeds. You planted those seeds. You thought that they had no effect whatsoever. But after the fact, those memories will come back. And it will help greatly, because those seeds were planted. I think that you're going to reap a harvest because you did that.
I just feel so alone, but thank God for you and, everybody else. And it's just been a safe haven for me, so thank you for all that you do. I appreciate you and everybody else.
You're welcome.
That's
and I
all
know,
I have.
I know that because you're alone, and so many of you are alone, you have no one to talk to, that removing the chat was a very difficult thing for you. And I knew that. I took that into consideration. But I also knew that I had to survive Telegram. And that was the only way. And I've never regretted it. But there are still people that feel like why can't I post? I don't understand. Why are you not letting me? And it's not that at all. It's just closed until the party after the trek. And I love it. I think it's so beautiful. It's just something to look forward to. We can have the trek, good news, and then the Q&A, and we'll have a really long party. And then you go to the chat and you get to play and have a party. And so, I'm
Yeah.
doing the best we can, but that's all I can handle,
I would love to meet you and come down to your ranch. I love farms. I grew up on a little farm myself, so I love animals.
Yeah, I
And
can't wait.
yeah,
Those tiny animals, the mini sheep, mini donkeys, mini cows. We're going to have all the minis, the horses, and I think that's going to be such great therapy.
absolutely. Well, thank you. That's all I have for right now.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kat. Okay, Prayer Warrior 777. I've unmuted you, Prayer Warrior.
Hello. Hi,
Hi.
I'm Teresa. This is Teresa from Southeast Central Texas. I'd love to work with you, but the Lord's given me so many projects I won't have time. But that one lady that was talking about her mom, my heart goes out to her. I don't know if this is okay to tell or not, but I just watched a video a few days ago of the guy that he has two kinds of those med beds, and his group's called antiagingbeds.com. And there's a video on there that you can watch, and it shows you that has like 9 or 10 technologies. And I don't even know where they are, because I was going to call them tomorrow and just talk to this man and find out about it, because I want to start having a Medbed center here in the area where I am. It's like a total, harvest field, because I live in a town that has over 100,000 college students. So, and the vast majority, about 80%, are Christians. And so they're about to go out and they're looking for what their deal is. And every time I go out to eat, the Lord says, ask them what their dream is. If money wasn't an issue and they could do anything they want, what would it be? And they just like come alive. And so I go home and I write down their name and where I met them and what their dream is, so that I will know where to go find all the people for the stuff he's called me to do. But I just called because I wanted to, first of all, thank you. You're such a blessing. I watch diligently. When is she going to be on, so I can hear everything she says? But I thought maybe that lady could go online and maybe they can help her mama, because her mom sounds really precious, and we got to save our mamas, because once they're with the Lord, it's hard.
Yeah, it
Anyway,
is.
I just wanted to thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Prayer Warrior. Tressy, I want to be cognizant of your time. I know you're tired, and you tell me how long you want to go.
See, we're at 9:30 now. Yeah, we're at 9:30. Let's take 2 more.
Okay, Melissa, you got one?
Well, I have one. Yes, I have a very important one. I'm not going to say who has said this, because many people wanted me to ask this question. So they are wondering what happens to the narcissist abusers moving forward. I have healed, but so many have been damaged. How do we have a beautiful world with negative persons as we move forward? Just trying to learn. Thank you.
Well, that's a really good question. I think it's going to become very unpopular, and there's a lot of people who talk about um, the different realms that people are going to live in, and some of those people who cannot wake up to the real world and what life is all about won't ascend with us, and it'll be, it's going to be kind of strange, and I'm not even sure anybody understands it fully, but I think those people, those narcissistic people, are broken emotionally from childhood. They developed a set of coping mechanisms to protect themselves, but it hurt everyone around them. And I think there's going to be lots of opportunity for them to wake up and change, because they're going to see themselves fully. Like, they haven't been able to admit that they have a problem. But in the new world, I think it's going to be glaring. And the ego issue with them is going to take a big hit after the disclosures. And hopefully they'll be floundering and just wanting help, reaching out for help. It can all be reversed. It can all be undone through lie pulling, but it's complex. And the ones who are willing to face it head on, and they don't want to live like that anymore, because it's not gonna work. Nobody's gonna put up with that anymore. So, I don't really have a good answer. I think there are other people who may be a lot better at giving a good explanation than I am. I'm just a professional lie puller, and I can help anybody as long as they will face their stuff and not be in denial. So, yeah, and then there's those chairs, that we're going to have right away. We're going to get about 6 of them that you get in those, and it helps pull out the trauma from childhood. So, there's a whole new world waiting for us that we don't have a grid for. We don't understand it, but that there's going to be, so much available for help for everybody. And if they still refuse, then they're going to miss out on living their fullest in the real world. So, yeah.
If I might add, for any of those that asked that question where they were referring to a spouse,
Yeah.
a couple things that I think are going to help a lot of situations where one of the spouses, and I think and I'm even a man, but I'm going to just say it, it's usually the man, very controlling, controls the money, controls the household. On the other side of this, with common law and everybody having their own QFS account, guess what? You all have your own money, and your marriage license is much easier. In fact, it may even be gone away, because now you're going to have to get a common law marriage if you even want to stay with that person. So the amount that you have on your side after this will be vastly improved. You're I mean, you know what I'm saying, Tressy? They're not going to have that pull of being able to control you.
Yeah, and then you're going to be faced with the decision yourself. Are you going to cling to the familiar, even though it's bad, or are you going to launch into freedom? And the thing is, when you have your own money and your own freedom and power back, then the narcissist is going to go through an episode, some kind of an episode where they realize they have lost control. And when that happens, some people, they bolt, they can't take it. They lose it because they realize the game is over. So, yeah, but you have to be a part of your own rescue. It doesn't matter what they do. That's their responsibility. Your responsibility is to free yourself. I had to do that. And it was not an easy choice, but I'm so happy I did. I would have died. I have to be free, and my body was dying. And, that is not God's will for you. If one person controls another person, then what are you here for? You're a slave. He didn't create you to be a slave. You have a destiny. And God is disappointed if he doesn't get to watch it unfold.
Yeah, look at it like they're holding you back. Okay, Melissa, do you got another one, or do you want me to take one off the wall? One more.
Yes. Raise hand.
Okay, I see Tina. Tina, you're unmuted. Last question of the night. Go ahead, Tina.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay, great. I have a question. I don't know how to answer people that say to me all the time that Trump is narcissistic. How can he be? I mean, I don't look at him as a narcissist.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to answer people.
Yeah. Well, once we get to the other side and they see the disclosures, they're going to go, I get Trump. I get it. I understand why he acted the way he did, because he knew too much. He knew the gore, the details, and he was furious. And that's why he was so disrespectful to all those people, called them names, and was rude to them. That isn't him. That isn't the person he is. That was him reacting to what he knew about these creeps. And when they see it, they're going to be a whole lot worse than he ever thought of being. Right? And then they're going to go, oh my gosh, now I get it.
I just wish, like I got a sister that, she called him every name under the book, and I'm like, no, you don't understand, but I don't know. I just don't know what else to say to her. And
you have to wait. There's nothing you can do.
I guess.
You have to wait, but it's going to be, that is going to be quite the,
And one
awesome.
more question is, some people that are listening to you and everybody else, but they're saying that we're really going to go through some horrible times. We're going to go through some really, really bad times, and it's going to take months before we can come out on the other side. And I don't have, that isn't what my faith is telling me. I don't see that. I don't feel that. What do you think?
I don't believe that there's going to be horror on the other side. I detailed what I believe the pain is. It's the people and their reactions to the truth. And if they can handle it or not, if their psyche can find ground, because the ground just moved. And that's frightening, right? So if that, there's that, and then there's, I don't want to believe this. I refuse to believe this. I don't want to go. I want to go back. And then they give up hope. And that's why I want to work so hard to try to keep those alive, and we all have to do the same thing. And that's why I'm hoping everybody has got that callusforhelp.live on your fridge and on your person, because you're going to need it. You could need it every day, potentially. We just don't know. The ones around you, think about who you know and what you think their reaction will be, which direction will they go, and be prepared. Like almost like Florence Nightingale, we're going to have a lot of work to do that we had not bargained for. That's what I believe, and that's the pain. And the pain of the fact that we could lose a lot of people. And so I think that's the pain. I don't think there's going to be anything else that's going to be horrible. Everything else is going to be fabulous. And I believe they're going to pour on the sugar first to like an anesthesia for the rest. And I'm sure they've got it all planned out because they already did all the stats, and they know that 8 to 10% will commit suicide and 8 to 10% will lose their minds. So if they know that, then they've made provision to try to make it as easy as possible. And that's why I keep saying over and over and over, we're in a transition on every level. So even common law is being taken care of for you automatically. That's one of the reasons it's going so slow, because they're making sure every step they take is in accordance with common law. All right. And so then the banks, everybody's like, oh, you can't trust the banks anymore, blah, blah. They can't just take them away. It has to be a transition. Fiat will go away, but it's going to go gradual. Again, it's a transition. You can exchange your money if you want to, but you can also use it, and then the stores will turn it in and it'll get burned. So everything is going to be slow, because if it isn't, it'll be chaos. Every move they're making is to keep people at peace and to remove any aspect of chaos. That's why the bad has to run parallel with the good for a time until we stabilize and it falls off. So
I understand. Thank you.
Yeah. But people, a lot of prophets and so-called prophets and pastors, they see only the bad right now, and they don't know the truth about what's real. And so they think it's the end of the world. And so they're just prophesying all this doom and gloom and horror. And, we're all going to get taken out. What a horrible ending for God. It's like, well, we can't win this, so let's just do an escape route. No, how about a glorious promised land, and God wins and we win because we're in him and all of that. So yeah, Johnny Enlow has the truth on that whole, and he shoots that doctrine, that false doctrine, full of holes on Elijah Streams on Mondays. All right. I really respect Johnny Enlow. He is one of the most awake preachers who dissects the code book like I do, and he's on it. He is so on it. And so especially that topic, that really bugs him, that let's escape mentality and all the bad is coming. It is not coming. There are some false flags, but they work really hard on that. There's been a lot of them that they have averted that we never knew about, so there are cells, there are little minions still out there causing pain and trouble. And, there will be, hot spots. Every probably major city, will be a hot spot, and, there could be trouble. So it's just that you'd want to stay out of the downtown areas of those places. Otherwise, it's going to be fine.
Thank you, Tressy. Susie Q, are you available?
I am, brother. Sure am right here.
Well, Tressy's had a couple nights of very little sleep, and she's had some pain, and we've got a lot of people in here that have fear and anxiety, and people, you got to realize, even people that do shows like I'm seeing on some of the walls tonight, I don't know what all Phil said, but putting a lot of fear into people. You just stay with God, stay with people you trust. And I'm not saying anything about Phil. I'm just saying he has told us even that he's had to put out some misinformation too. So you can't take everything and let it build up. We've all had a long time to learn about all this. We know that God wins. We know that even if there is some hard times, he's going to get us through it, and we should be celebrating during those times and loving on our neighbors and starting to be humanitarians day one. So, Susie,
let me just say this.
Okay.
My advisor has always said, every time something like that would come out, he's always said, if there was anything to prepare for or worry about, I would have told you already. So we get the security report every single day. And if there was anything, I would tell you. I would definitely warn you. I know they would let me. So I don't worry about it anymore, because he said we would, if you have to prepare for anything, we would tell you. So there you
Amen.
go.
Okay, Susie Q, take us home.
Will do, brother. Father, in the name of Jesus, we just bow before you tonight, and we thank and praise you for this warrior princess that you have put before us, Lord. We know that you have a plan for her, and Lord, we ask that you give her favor, that you broaden her horizons, Lord, that you give her everything she needs to complete the mission that you've started in her, Lord. And we praise you and thank you that you've presented her to us, Lord, so that she can help us walk the journey as well. Lord, we ask that you bring forth healing for all those who are suffering right now. We know you have a plan for all of us as well, Lord. And even though we're going through times of insecurity and uncertainty because we don't know what the future holds, we do know who holds the future, Lord. And we thank and praise you that you are going to be in our presence. And we bind these foul spirits that keep trying to put fear and anxiety. Lord, we know that that's not any part of the mission that you have planned for us, Lord. And we thank and praise you that you're going to provide the means, that you're going to give us all the tools we need, Lord. And we ask for an extra portion of discernment, Lord. We're not going to be moved by circumstances. We're going to walk by faith and not by sight, because we are soldiers of the Most High God. And we praise and honor you in advance for the work and the things and the favor and the wisdom and the knowledge that you will impart upon us so that we can finish this mission, Lord. So we ask for a peace that surpasses all understanding, Lord. And I ask that you multiply rest for Tressy, that she can get her work done, Lord. She needs all the people. Send her warriors, Lord. Do everything that she needs, Lord, because she is a faithful servant. I know that one day we will all stand before you. We just want to hear those words. We want to do what is pleasing to you. And we thank and praise you, Lord, that you hear these cries. We cover each and every person on this chat and in this mission in the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness. May we continue to carry the sword of the word, the shield of faith, the belt of truth, and we will walk and march in our gospel shoes. And we thank and praise you in advance. In the name of the Father, the Divine Mother, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, in the name of Jesus Yeshua, so be it.
So be it.
So be it.
Thank you, Susie. That was beautiful.
So be it.
Yeah. All right. Bless you all. We'll see you soon. All righty. Good night.
Thanks, Tressy. Love you.
Love you all. All right.
Love you,
Bye-bye.
Tressy. Have a good evening.
Good evening.